I don't normally do the live streaming for all the calls because I talk a lot about banks and governments, and sometimes it can get a bit touchy, and I would want my YouTube channel to be. I don't normally do the live streaming. Let me click share, copy, paste. There you go, guys. The YouTube link for this meeting. Okay. So for those of you who are actually getting this link to join me on my YouTube channel, welcome. Please thank the person who sent you this link to join our YouTube channel as well as our Zoom. I'm about to share some information regarding the banking space and how they're pivoting towards XRP. Okay, so thank you for making time for being on this call. Let's get cracking. So I'm going to share my screen at the moment, and what I want to do is I want to give you information that's current, that's up to date, that's as of now. This is the coin market cap. Basically, it's a consolidation of all the cryptos in the world. For those of you who are not aware of the space and how big it is, on this side of the screen where you see coin market cap, you're going to see some figures coming up, and I want to highlight two of it. Now, the first thing is that how many different cryptos are there in the world? Now, some of us heard of Bitcoin, but ladies and gentlemen, there's 54.38 million. 54.38 million different cryptos. There's 956 exchanges. And more importantly, what's the market cap? 2.2 trillion. Can you see that? So this is a tracking of all the cryptos in the world. Please make use of this. However, we all know the grandfather of all cryptos is Bitcoin. It's up almost 2% for the week. Ethereum is up. But ladies and gentlemen, out of the 54 million cryptos, we're going to be talking about XRP. Now, how big is XRP? What number are they out of 54 million? So this is a crypto. This is a crypto, Ethereum. Tether is actually a stable coin, and USDC is a stable coin, and BNB is a token. So you got XRP, which is the fourth largest crypto and the third largest blockchain in the world. Let's do a deep dive. So it's around $1.08 at the moment. From the time it was created, it's up 18,000%. That's good to know. As you can see, there's ups and downs, but we're starting to bottom out here. It's starting to go up. That's because of the information I'm going to give you. The market cap is 68 billion. So it's not a small token, it's huge. And in the last 24 hours, it's up 26%. Can you see? $803 billion worth of XRP has come into this place. So you guys are looking at something that's affordable right now, which is $1.08. So let's talk about XRP, and some of us say Ripple. So what is XRP? What is Ripple? So Ripple is the company that holds all the banking licenses, that won the case against the SEC, which is the Securities and Exchange Commission out of the US. So what is the SEC? They basically monitor gold, silver, they give it its value, right? And they go after companies that's not legit, etc. They shut a lot of companies down if they find that you don't conform to regulations in the US. And once the SEC shuts down in the US, every other country has a cease and desist that will shut you down. But Ripple took on the SEC and they won. So I want you to know that you are dealing with a powerhouse right now. What I'm saying, you cannot take it lightly. It's the first crypto to have won against the SEC. And if you were involved in any crypto project prior to 2024, they were all shut down by the SEC and then eventually your governments. Okay? So not necessarily the owner of the company was a bad person or the trader was a bad person. It's just that because of regulation, it won't allow any cryptocurrency or platform to go against the American dollar and the SEC. You guys understand that the SEC, as well as, I hope this account doesn't get banned, but the SWIFT payment system is weaponized, right? They protect the dollar. What happens to any country that goes against the American dollar? Anybody want to guess? I'm not here to talk about politics, but it's kind of pretty obvious. So now that you know we're dealing with XRP, okay? It's the fourth largest crypto, 68 billion, you're in a good space. So what is happening with Ripple at the moment? Because what is happening with Ripple will determine what happens to XRP. Because Ripple is a company, XRP is a token. You got Walt Disney, then you got Mickey Mouse. Okay, same thing. Now, let's show you. Now, because we have a lot of people from New Zealand, you probably don't know this, but the Reserve Bank of New Zealand is actively collaborating with Ripple to explore the development of a central bank digital currency utilizing the XRP ledger. I want you guys to read this. I'm going to give it 5 seconds. I want it to marinate in your mind right now. I want you guys to understand that by the time the rest of New Zealand, let me stop this share. Let me stop the screen share. And I want you to ponder for a moment. Denise just told me some of the guys are still using checkbook. So you had the checkbook, then you went to the card, then you went to your app, banking app. Like we in South Africa, we don't use checkbooks anymore. If we're to pay somebody, we either just sending them a EFT or we tapping or whatever it is, right? We do not use checkbooks. It's outdated. And I want you guys to know that the banking card, the card that we use right now, is also going to be outdated. But New Zealand, your government and your banks are already moving to Ripple. It's already moving to crypto. So when does the rest of the population of New Zealand and Australia and Africa come to terms with this and understand that it's only $1.08 and I can now be a part of it before the masses come in? Because once the masses come in, the price is going to go up, exactly what happened to Bitcoin. I told people Bitcoin in South African rand would be over $1 million. People laughed at me. I went on to make $2.6 billion worth of Bitcoin. Because you see, first they would laugh at you, then they will watch you, then they will join you. The question is with XRP, I just showed you, your banks are already. So if you are in New Zealand right now, why are there so few of your friends on this call? Don't you not think that they need to know what is happening so they could position themselves for the future to be part of the AI revolution, even in Africa right now? So let's look at South Africa. New Zealand, are you okay with this news? Are you aware of what's happening right now? And this should scare you, actually. You should be looking at this and say, wow. You should be looking at this and say, damn, why is the rest of the public aware of this? That's why we invite people to the call, because we can share this information. If you're in South Africa right now, I'm not going to go through the banking system. I'm just going to go through one thing. Our budget speech for 2026, South Africa's finance minister, Enoch, officially brought crypto assets under the country's formal capital flow management regulations. So if you're in South Africa, that's your government, your finance, our finance minister is telling us, hey, we want to absorb crypto, but at the same time, they're telling you stay away from crypto. Why? Because if you stay away from crypto, it's like if you keep the masses sleeping and they are buying, they don't want to wake you up, because if they wake you up, you buy, the price goes up, it becomes expensive for them, supply and demand. So, South Africa, catch a wake up. New Zealand, catch a wake up. Anybody from Australia? Aussie, oi, oi. Type in one in the chat if you're from Australia. I'd like to share something from you from Australia if you guys like. Let me see anybody from Australia, because I don't want to spend too much of time with this where there's nobody from Australia. Leanne. Hey, Leanne, how are you, Leanne? Are you good? Let's show you what's happening in Australia. Ripple to secure Australian financial services license, expanding payments offering across APAC. Cindy, Australia, Ripple provider blockchain-based enterprise solutions across traditional and digital finance today announced plans to secure an Australian financial services license, March 11, 2026. You got work to do. Australians need to understand that there's something happening in the banking space. So let's dig more deeper. Okay, Let's look deep, deep. These are all the banks that are already with Ripple. Bank of Standard. I'm not going to go through all of this, but you can see that there's over 300 banks that's already moving into Ripple. We got Barclays here as well. We got Deloitte here as well. We got JP Morgan here as well. All that I've done, I've already set the tone for your mind to think in the direction of XRP and you being left behind. The next question is, Shane, why the hell I'm on this call? For you to show me what's happening around the world? No, I'm going to show you how we're going to make you $1 millionaire. We've got the blueprint. We're going to show you how you're going to accumulate XRP without taking money out from your pocket and keep buying. Okay? Because Ripple is a commodity right now. XRP rather. So let's show you what we do with our community to help you get to that space where before the banks go out to your friends and families. So XAB basically means XRP AI bot. That's what Xab means. XRP AI bot. So I'm not here to give you financial advice. As I said, I'm just pointing out the direction which your financial advisor will not do. So Bitcoin is an asset token, whole long term. Ethereum is a technology token. You create apps, decentralized finance, and XRP is a banking token. Okay, so XRP was created in June 2012. It's used by banks. It's there to replace the SWIFT banking system. I want to touch on that. What is a SWIFT banking system? So anytime that you have to send money across border, across a country, you got to use a SWIFT payment system. It's a code created in 1973, more than 50 years old, very slow, 2 to 3 business days. This is what the banks use. And now the banks have to position themselves in Ripple because Ripple does 1,500 transactions per second because the new generation of kids are not going to wait 2 to 3 business days. It's just, I mean, an email takes, imagine, okay, how funny is this? We live in a world of AI where you can ask ChatGPT something and within seconds it gives you a response, a business plan, your ledger, whatever, create an image for you within split seconds. And now you're telling me money has to take so long to go across. You can see where the world is going and where the banking is going. You guys understand that the bank is in 50s technology while the world is moving to the AI, blockchain, smart contracts, etc. So the banks try to fight it, but they can't. So the SWIFT system is something that's very, very old. Okay, you need to understand that. So here's the comparison between very old, very slow, very expensive, and confusing. How many of you guys tried sending money cross-border before? How much it costs? Whereas XRP is new, fast, 1,500 transactions per second, virtually free, completely transparent. Question is, if XRP takes over 25% of the SWIFT network, XRP will be valued at 10,000. So what does this mean? I just showed you here that there's over 300 banks that's already part of XRP, right? In the SWIFT system, there's 11,500. If XRP, if 25% of those banks move over to XRP, one XRP will be valued at $10,000. Today, it's only $1.08. So you can understand now why we say we can make you $1 million. Now, some of you on this call are basing what I'm saying on where you are currently in your life. Maybe you have a job that just, there's too much of month, the end of the month, before as soon as you get paid, the debits are going out, and for some of you are signing checks. No offense to New Zealand, but I'm kind of shocked about that. But some of the guys are still signing checks and the money is out of their account, right? So the question is, right now, when we talk about making $1 million, I want you to understand that we have predicted these charts before, but without the backing of the banking industry, as well as governments. You on this call today must thank the person to invite you here because you are already in the position where it's already been accepted. So you guys are not going to face resistance like what we did when we got started with crypto. You understand? It's embracing time. So if 25% of those banks move over, one XRP will be valued at $10,000. That's good news for you because now that I told you that, you can position yourself. So we are saying, what if it just goes to $10 and we help you accumulate 100,000 XRP? See, when I use the word help, this is where our bot comes into place, right? So 100,000 XRP, if you own, and it goes to just $10, your you're a dollar millionaire already. So I want you to think big, dream big. For those of you who came earlier in my call, if you watched the video, this is what we mean. So how we earn XRP and make money without selling it. This is how we do it. Very, very simple. We use our bot, okay? Our Xab bot. This bot is programmed to give you up to 1% a day, and we does it using arbitrage trading. Now, anybody here knows what arbitrage trading? If you're new here, type in 1 if you know, type in 2 if you don't know. What is arbitrage trading? Because people's minds shut off when I talk about trading, because you naturally assume, oh my God, the person who invited me on the call knows I don't like looking at my screen. Now they talk to me about trading. Do I have to go and look at the markets? Okay, let me explain to you what's arbitrage trading. So if you were paying attention, type in the chat, how many exchanges are there in the world right now that sells XRP? How many exchanges? I want to see who was paying attention. It was when I went to the coin market cap, I showed you the amount of exchanges. How many exchanges are there in the world that sells XRP? Please type in the chat. I'm not going to say a word till I see some numbers coming up, even if you have to guess, because I want to see who was paying attention. Shona, you're wrong. Devi, you are right. Mary, you are on the button. Let's give Mary, guys, there's a chat there with reaction bar. Let's give it up for Mary and Devi. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for them. So there are 956 exchanges in the world, right? So our company and our bot and our AI is programmed to work with the 4 top exchanges, which is Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, and Bitstamp, those 4. So what the bot does is very, very simple. This is the bot. It scans the 4 exchanges. It finds out which exchange is selling the XRP slightly cheaper than the other, because not all the time, it's like bread. You go to different stores, you'll find bread at a different price. If you buy gold, you go to different places, different platforms, gold is at a different price. You understand? You can't buy from A and sell to B. So just like that, with our arbitrage, the 4 exchanges we use all sell XRP, but they're at a different price. So you can do this, but you need a super fast computer and internet. So the bot scans, it sees where it's cheaper, it buys from there, sells to there. Then you can get a second bot, and it just scans, buys, and sells, and gives you the profit. So it's not trading for you where it's putting a buy, waiting for the price to go up. You guys understand that, right? It's just basically buying from A, selling to B. And it does that like 5,000 transactions in about 2 minutes or so. That's how fast the AI is. So arbitrage scans multiple exchanges, detect the price variation, rapid automated, speed and precision, buy low and sell high. This is Dr. Jack Van Miller. He is the creator of the bot. And I always show this picture because a lot of people, you know, when you look at a business presentation, they ask, first question is the guy real? You know, because there's a lot of fake people there out in the marketplace. So this is me with the chief operations manager. This is Dr. Jack, and this is Mr. Rehan Gohar. He is the co-founder who put the compensation plan together. So this is me with all the big shots. Let me show you this picture here. This is me in Thailand with a group of guys, right? This is the one. So basically, we're having dinner with the corporate staff. And the reason I show you this is because I want to let you know that this is real, what you're seeing right now. We met the corporate staff. I spent time with them 3 weeks ago. I was in Thailand with them, where we launched. I'll tell you now what we launched. And the reason I show you this is because a lot of people talk about, oh, I'm doing due diligence. I want to go and research and Google what the company. I personally, I traveled the world. 3 months ago, I think 3 months ago, we were in Malaysia. Previous to that, 1 month prior to that, I was in Dubai for an AI conference. So we go to these conferences and we get the knowledge firsthand. You understand? We don't just go onto the Google and say, is this company real? Obviously, they're going to tell you it's real. Sorry, it's not real. Obviously, Google is telling the scam because it's Web 2. They don't like what we are doing. So be careful when you research, okay? So let's go back to the PowerPoint. I'm almost done. So your bot will trade for you, buy and sell on these exchanges, and gives you up to 1% a day. It trades for you for 6 days a week. That's Tuesday till Monday. Wednesday till Monday. Tuesday, you activate your bot. So your bot goes white, you click on it, you click submit, and yes, and it starts to trade for you. So let me explain that slowly so you understand. So your trading week is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. On Monday, they reconcile all your returns, XRP, and they pay you. So once that is done, you have to recalibrate your bot. So the Tuesday, you're going to log in, click on your bot, click submit, yes, 3 buttons. If you can do that, type in yes on the chat, click 3 buttons. If you can't do that, type in no on the chat or N. Just 3 buttons for you to trade whole week. So you get to do you, whether you're an employee, whether you're self-employed, whether you're a stay-at-home mom taking care of the kids, whatever it is you do you. Only on the Tuesday at any time during the day, you activate your bot. Now the question is, the $1 million question is, okay, fine, you showed us XRP, you showed us the banking system, you showed us the bot, you showed us how much we earn, but how much does it cost? Because everything comes down to affordability, right? So this is how much it costs you guys. Ta-da! Anything from 10 XRP. So 10 XRP is the base, and 1 XRP is the fee. That's 11 XRP. Okay. So, Denise, if you want to type in the chat in New Zealand dollars, what is 11 XRP in New Zealand dollars? Leanne from Australia, if you can type in the chat, including your fees. In South Africa, guys, it's plus minus 350. It depends on your exchange. So just work with 350 to cover all your your fees. Anybody on the chat that cannot afford 11 XRP or $11, let's call it $15. So according to New Zealand, if you're in New Zealand here, do you have access to $20.41? If you can, that's fine. If you can't, rethink where you are at the moment. And I'm not saying this to insult you. I'm not saying this to, out of arrogance. I know what it is like to have money. I know what it's like not to have money. I lived in a shack. You need to understand, a tin shack with the rivers in Inanda, in the location, squatter camp. That's where I come from. So when I talk about making $2.6 billion, I don't care about your skin color. I don't care about your age. I don't care about your education background. To be frank with you, I don't give a damn about any of those things. Because the banking system does not care who you are. The blockchain, the AI does not give you a separate response because you are educated. Your AI does not give you a separate response because it knows the color of your skin. When it comes to the human element, AI protocol does not prejudge you. You understand? It can over a period of time because it does something called machine learning. Okay, but when it comes to the blockchain, it does not know you personally. So for those of you on this call, I'm not sure what you're going through right now. I'm not sure your financial situation, and I'm not here to prejudge you. But if you don't have access to $20 in New Zealand dollars, and if you don't have, call it $16 in Australian dollars, or if you don't have 350 Rand, you need this more than the person who invited you to this call. Because I want you to understand, the person who invited you to the call already has his bot. And you know what this bot is going to do for them? This bot is going to give them 1% a day until it reaches 300%. So that means if they come into 10 XRP, it's going to give them 30 XRP. They could take that 30 XRP and take another bot. Then they would get 90 XRP. They could take another bot. Then they'll get 9 3s are 27. Then they'll get 270 XRP. What if we just get you 1,000 XRP? Leave 10, 100,000, just 1,000 XRP. 1,000 XRP at $10 will give you $10,000. $10,000 American dollars in your currency. Is that good enough for you for 2027? In South Africa, we're looking at about 170 grand, 170,000 rand. Would it take care of some bills for you for 2027? See, the thing is that only you can answer that. Either way, you are right. Whether you can do this or you can't do this, you are right. But I can tell you now, you will never get a business that has the AI that we have, that has the corporate team that we have, and that has the technology that we have. We have the technology that banks uses, okay? So you can start off with anything, minimum being 11 XRP. You can come in with 22 XRP, 24 XRP, 300 XRP, we don't care. It's programmed to give you 300% return, okay? How many of you guys want 400% return? Type in yes on the chat. Type in Y if you want 400% return. Very simple. If you share this business with just one person, if you share this information, you know, because we want to pay you to educate New Zealanders to say, hey, XRP is moving here. We want to pay you, right? So guess what? If you just share this with only one of your friends or family, just one, and if they got access to $15 or $20 or whatever it is, you now earn 400%. That means your 10 XRP will get you 40 XRP. Who likes the idea of that? So the company is here to pay you. We are part of a relationship marketing, just like how the big corporates do it. Now, some of you may say, oh, Shane, it's just one of those things. One of those what? When Bitcoin was created, do you guys see billboards? Did you find banks promoting it? Did you find companies promoting it? No, it was people like myself flying to the US for Bitcoin conferences, 15 people, 30 people, 1,000 people. Today, there's over 10,000 people in a Bitcoin conference. Do you think it was marketed via social media? It was only word of mouth. That's how the Bitcoin cryptocurrency grew. From 2008, the white paper was written. 2009, the first crypto went into circulation, which was Bitcoin. And from there, $2.2 trillion market by word of mouth. This is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. So the company wants to compensate you. So for those of you who are private individuals who say, Shane, you don't understand. I'm a private person. I don't like talking to anybody. I like the idea of XRP. I see it. I want to accumulate as much as I can. So you're going to get the link out from the person who invites you to the call. You either tell them I have my 11 XRP or how can I get XRP. They will guide you to the process and you start trading from tomorrow. Today is a Monday. That means today is reconciliation. Tomorrow, Tuesday, you activate your bot, you start trading. Okay? That's simple. Don't complicate things. Get the link, send your XRP, activate your bot, and you're trading. Good. Now, there's another group of people who are sitting there saying, Shane, I like this idea. I was looking for a plan B. Can I take this out to my community on WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger, TikTok? Yes, you can. By all means, you can. So the company compensates you really, really well. I'm not going to go through detail with all that. I just want to cast vision for you so you'll understand. So when I got involved with 10 XRP, my wife said, I want the bot. She gave me 10 XRP. I made 8% from her. When she took another bot, I made another 8%. She took another bot, I made the 8%. So you guys can have multiple bots depending on your financial situation. Maybe every month you save a little bit of money. You say, hey, I'd rather make the money work for me. And you can take every month or every 2 weeks or wherever you can afford it, you can take multiple bots. There is no restriction on the amount of bots that you can have. So that was good news for me and for you, because if you take it out to somebody who says, hey, every month I want to buy a bot, every time they renew, you make 8%, 8%, 8%, 8%, 8%. You do the work once and you get paid over and over and over again. Every time they take a new bot, 8%, 8%, 8%, 8%. Who likes the idea of that? So my wife signed my daughter on. So my wife made 8%, 8%, 8%. Now, because my wife was my first person, that is my first level, my daughter was second level. So I made 2% from my daughter. And my wife was a private banker for Standard Bank, so she's building. She got her own network of people that she does the business with. So I don't even know them. Every time they take a bot, I make 2%. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a compensation plan that pays you 20 levels deep. 20 levels deep. We look at easily our 500,000 people. So first level, 8%, second level, 2%, 3 to 6 levels, 1%, level 7 to level 20, 5%. Then this year you get paid unlimited levels deep. Somebody can join your team from China because you don't know who knows who. The 6th level of you guys heard about your the 6th person from you. How does it work? Like if you know somebody higher than you and you join their circle, eventually you'll meet up with the 6th person, either the president of the country or like Elon Musk or someone. You guys, I'm not sure. There's a theory that's out. The 6th person that you know is a multi-billionaire. But you just got to be surrounding yourself with that 6th person. It's like taking a paperclip. Or somebody swapped a paperclip till he got the house. It was 6 swaps till he got the house. So he went out with his paperclip. He said, "Hi, would you like to swap me something from your bag with the paperclip?" The lady said, "Okay, I'll give you a pen." The pen was more valuable than the paperclip. So he took the pen. So he walked around, "Hey guys, anybody want to swap me? Because I want to get a house. I want to swap this to a house." And then somebody gave him something else. Eventually, he got into a car and a house from a paperclip. Branding by association, right? So this is very, very important. Here you're going to be on a 500 XRP package. So some of your minds would shut up and say, "Oh my God, I don't have 500 XRP." No problem. This is where your commissions come in, where you get to your 500 XRP. So if you have 1,000 volume in your team, the XRP, you can claim 6%. To just give you an idea, it took me 70 days to go to Ruby. I claimed 4,000 XRP here, 70 days. Okay. Then your volume flashes goes to 0. Then I went to Sapphire. 5 weeks ago, I was Sapphire. I cashed out about 8,000 XRP. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to hit Sapphire again in under 2 weeks. So 11% of 5,000, you're looking at about 5,500 XRP. 5,500 XRP, you're looking at I'm making about $5,500 a month. $5,500 a month in South African rands is about, let's work the numbers out. 5,500. Let's look at USD versus ZAR. 5,500 a month, about 90,000 rand a month. Okay, you can do the math at your whichever country, right? So how much XRP did I get started with? 10 XRP. So imagine with 350 rand, I'm making 90,000 rand a month. But this is small money. 90,000 rand a month is not money for me. No, I wasn't put on the earth to make 90,000 rand a month. Neither way you put on the earth to make $1 million. We just showed you this XRP the last 24 hours did how many $1 billion, and you come and tell me you're happy with $1 million. You got to sort your mindset out. You stop thinking Lamborghini, you start thinking Bugatti. Start thinking Bugatti money. Do not think Mercedes-Benz and BMW money. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure whether I do this. I got 10 minutes remaining. Who wants to see how the arbitrage works and how does it trade? Anybody want to see that? Or in the new guys, I've got a video that I could play for you. Literally 3 minutes of the video. Anybody like to see that? Denise, do you think New Zealand would like to see how our arbitrage works? You are muted.
Absolutely, please, Shane. Thank you.
Okay, guys, so this is your technology that you have at the moment, right? And I want you to be proud of it. I want you to celebrate it. More importantly, I want you to take this and run with it. So what I'm going to do is this is when I launched South Africa. And what's nice about this is that you get to see this every Sunday. Now, yesterday we were supposed to have the call, but I think Mr. DMA realized that it was World Cup. The 9 p.m. was the exact same time that and nobody was going to be on the call to see the CEO. And the CEO, and these guys are so passionate about football as well. I mean, it was a big thing. So, but you guys see this live every Sunday, right? The CEO comes on, he logs in, and he shows you this live. But this is a small illustration of how we do the arbitrage. So I'm going to share my screen quickly. Click play. So this is our CEO, co-founder, Dr. Jack. This is me. This is Mr. Diebe. This is Julia from Italy, the first person to get registered with the company. This is Shweta, our Chief Operations Manager. Check this out.
To make the system better and better. Real-time US dollar price already going above 150. We are waiting. Once it hits 150 and above, then it won't go back. So that's what we're going to see very shortly, going back up to 150 and above, 180 very shortly. XRP and other cryptocurrency transactions. And the financial statistics, almost $2 billion in trading volume just in the last moments. So again, it's not just us pushing this. This is really the world really believing in this system. Then here we have the live trades. We're very proud to say that we have over $41 million in trading accounts. It's not in dollars. It's of course in XRP, but it's expressed in dollars. We work with Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, and Bitstamp. And as you can see, there are small price differences between these. Manually, you could never do this. The price differences are too small and they dissipate too fast. But with artificial intelligence and machine learning and high-speed internet and good servers and also quantum computing from IBM for optimization, we can execute trades very fast and create revenue and create profits. So you see here the trades coming in. Buys, for example, at Bitstamp, sells at Coinbase for a little bit higher. You can see the amounts that's being bought and sold, the profits that are being made. Again, pretty risk-free because normally it's only for major institutional players arbitrage. We do it with XRP. We are totally new in this. We are really pioneers in this field. And it just doesn't execute a trade if it can't see a profit. So now I'm going really inside the bot, which doesn't look very pretty, but it's making good revenues. So here in the top, you can see how many attempts it is trying has made since I opened it. So I just click here on the trade. It's already hundreds. Now it will go to xrpscan.com. As you can see, 12 seconds ago, as it appeared in the system, the hashtag is there, 38 XRP successful trade. And let me just show another one. So it's already done over 1,000 while I was speaking. Also, what a lot of people that were with us from the beginning can see is that in the beginning, the bot had a lot of failed attempts, and that has gone, definitely the bot is performing better. For example, here, almost 200 XRP. Also, 8 seconds ago, here's the hashtag for if people want to check. Again, verified externally. You see more coming. Again, here, one more 16 XRP. 13 seconds ago, and I think the timestamp is really shows that this just happened, and it's just from our system. So let me catch another couple. If you see like a 0, just means that it couldn't see that the profit basically disappeared, so it couldn't execute a profitable trade. So let me just catch another. It already tried almost 3,000 trades. Here we have 2,000 XRP. So yeah, it's 9 seconds ago. The hash is there.
Guys, do you know that this technology only banks and corporates use? And today you get to own a piece of this action for only 11 XRP. So some of you are asking, how do you get paid? It's a smart contract. It's on the blockchain. For those of you who don't know what that means the CEO, the CFO cannot go into the blockchain and take your funds out. It is automated. So how do you get paid? Smart contract, or you guys can get your Xab MasterCard. Okay, so I want you guys to understand this. Some of you, I'm talking to your mind, right? I'm not talking to you as an individual who's thinking with your heart. I want you to be logical when I think about this. When it comes to money, you got to be logical and not emotional. Okay. What due diligence and risk analysis did MasterCard do to say, Xab, we want to partner with you. We will put your name onto our MasterCard. Now ask yourself, what knowledge do you have or thought process do you have to say, if MasterCard is partnering, I don't want to. If MasterCard is saying, I want to partner with Xab, after doing all the due diligence and costing millions, I'm talking about millions, and you say, should I go into 10 XRP? I want you to have a MasterCard mindset, not an employee mindset, because MasterCard knows when this card is used, you can tap this card, you can swipe this card, put this card in the ATM machine, and it will give you whichever country you're traveling from, it'll give you that fiat currency. There is no name on this card. Oops.